I am back from the dead. Well, I'm back from school at least. I only have like 2 more weeks. It's been a busy semester, but I'm here to post my update. I got rid of a lot of fish because I've been having a nitrate issue. And I found one of the ways to lower that is by cleaning your canister filter and by limiting the amount of fish that you have in your tank. My nitrates today are around 5 to 10 parts per million when I do a water change. And before, they would creep up to 40 parts per million when I do a water change now. I have noticed some good and I have noticed some bad. Let's start off with the bad. I'm getting this brown sand algae, but it should pass over time. So I'm not too worried about it. But this bubble algae is crazy. I'll probably have to get more emerald crabs soon. And let's see, I got rid of my orchid striped cardinal fish. I got rid of my saddleback clownfish. They were too aggressive. And I wanted to restart this tank a bit, so I decided to go Caribbean style reef tank with a few Indo-Pacific fish and mainly coral. But let's talk about some new coral I added before we get to the fish. So I added this red acan. I added it last week and it's looking great. I love the color for it. It looks amazing. And then I got this Recordia mushroom coral. It's a one from Florida. I added this fox coral. I got it free actually when I bought this blue reef chromis. There he is. So he was 25 bucks. I went to a place called Harry's Marine Life. And if you go there your first time buyer, you get a free coral. So that's something interesting if you guys want to check them out. And then I got this Gorgonian coral. It's been growing a bit, so I'm excited about that. I got these pulsing xenia. These were on sale. They were $5 at this one place I go to, so it's insane. I knew I had to get that, and then the rest of the coral was 10% off, so I got this Lobophilia too for it was 30, so I got it for 27 bucks. So let's talk about the coral growth I've been noticing. I noticed these paleothoas are growing like crazy. They're already encrusting the rock structure. And these candy cane corals are finally bouncing back. They're doing great. I noticed this one split not too long after I posted that last video. And then the other ones are starting to split too, so I'm excited about that. And then we got the hammer coral. It's bouncing back from the saddleback clownfish and the frog spawn back there. It looks like it's bouncing back after the saddlebacks ripped the crap out of it. It used to be 2 heads, now it's mainly just one big head. But yeah, the pulsing xenia has been growing, the favia has been growing, and more coralline algae has been growing too, so I'm thankful for that. This maize brain coral is finally starting to encrust on the rocks. We also got these Duncan corals. They're growing more heads, so I'm thankful about that. I noticed when I changed my wave maker from a regular standard wave maker to something that will produce different kinds of waves throughout the day. I highly recommend. It's called a Higer Mini Nano, and I love it because everything's been going so much better ever since I changed out the old wave maker to something better and more upgraded. I notice I'm getting better flow, less detritus settling, and yeah, just the overall healthier looking tank. Especially with these chalice corals. This one got so big. This one got so big that I actually fragged it and put it on this rock so I could have 2 different kinds of growth patterns. And now this chalice coral is starting to shelf off, so I'm thankful for that. We also got these clove polyps, and that's doing really good too. It's still growing on the rocks, and these pulsing xenias have been growing pretty good now that I've got my nitrates and phosphates in order. One thing I didn't know that you had to do, which is pretty dumb of me, but I didn't know you had to change the charcoal or some of your other stuff in your hang on the back filters after a few months. So I struggled with high nitrates and high phosphates for a while. So now I'm running ChemiPure Elite and ChemiPure Blue, along with some filter floss and some live rock to top it off on top, so the filter floss doesn't, I guess, run back into the tank. And now if you look, I also added a Montipora. It's starting to encrust on the back side of the tank. I'm excited about this coral in particular because I want it to shelf over like some of the rock structure. So I'm excited, especially for what's to come, you know. Let me talk about the fish. I still have the sapphire damsel. He's getting bigger. The royal grandma's gotten huge. It's a bit of a bully now, because that sapphire damsel used to live in here, and then the royal grandma bullied it, and now it lives there. See? That's where it lives. So I have two fish along with the watchman goby. You could see him. He's around there. It's hard to see. And then I got a blue reef chromis, and oh yeah, that's right. I also got a pair of flame cardinal fish. It's hard to see. I gotta clean that glass. But I got a pair of flame cardinal fish. It took me a while to pair these guys off. But I noticed when I put them in the quarantine tank, they're aggressive towards each other. But when I put them in the bigger tank, I already had an existing flame cardinal fish. And once I removed the existing one, because it was super territorial, overnight I noticed they slept together, and now they swim together, and for the most part feed together. So I'm thankful for that. I would like to breed them if I ever get the chance to. So yeah, I've also noticed some other stuff going on. A lot of coralline algae on the glass and on the algae scraper itself. I've been growing this torch coral. It's been doing pretty good, along with the green star polyps. I might have to move them. I'm not sure if the torch coral has been stinging it, but it's been growing its sweeper tentacles like crazy. So I moved this one frag, this Duncan coral, because it got stung pretty bad, and now it's finally recovering right there. And yeah, the Cyphastria is growing over the rocks. And everything else seems to be doing good, so I wanted to keep this a short video. I'll probably have to frag this leather coral soon, or not this leather, this Kenya tree coral soon, because if you look under, it will probably grow almost out of the water. But yeah, I'm thankful for finally, I guess, just taking my time with the reef tank, you know. If you take your time with it, I noticed nitrates and phosphates break down a lot faster than they would if you rushed your time with adding fish and corals without the knowledge of balance. So as for fish, I'll probably won't add any more fish in here unless I could get my hands on a Atlantic sailfin blenny or a Caribbean sailfin blenny. I know they're hard to come by, but they're seasonal, and I believe they come out in May. So that would probably be the only other fish I add in here. But yeah, everything else is looking great. The skimmer's working amazing. I like that Aquamax Bullet 3. So it's well worth the money. But yeah, thank you so much for all you guys who watch it. Leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions on how to get rid of this brown, I guess, sand algae. And as for the bubble algae, I'll probably get more emerald crabs, but thank you guys. And I'll probably post another video on the 1 year mark, which is coming up soon.